All right, welcome to Reconciliation Road, Yellowknife. Today we are discussing Section 3 of the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. The United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, Resolution 61 of 295, adopted by the General Assembly on 13th of September of 2007. The General Assembly, guided by the purposes and principles of the Charter of the United Nations and good faith in the fulfillment of the obligations assumed by states in accordance with the Charter, affirming that Indigenous peoples are equal to all other peoples while recognizing the right of all peoples to be different, and to consider themselves different and to be respected as such. Affirming also that all peoples contribute to the diversity and richness of civilizations and cultures which constitute the common heritage of humankind. Affirming further that all doctrines, policies, and practices based on or advocating superiority of peoples or individuals on the basis of national origin or racial, religion, ethnic, or cultural differences are racist, scientifically false, legally invalid, morally condemnable, and socially unjust. Reaffirming that Indigenous peoples in the exercise of their rights should be free from discrimination of any kind. Concerned that Indigenous people have suffered from historic injustices as a result of inter alia, their colonization and dispossession of their lands, territories, and resources, thus preventing them from exercising, in particular, their rights to development in accordance with their own needs and interests. Recognizing the urgent need to respect and promote the inherent rights of Indigenous peoples, which derive from their political, economic, and social structures and from their cultures, spiritual traditions, histories, and philosophies, especially their rights to their lands, territories, and resources. On that note, we will be discussing further how we can be approved for things such as on the land living, for access to gas and to fishing rights, equipment such as nets. It's important for us to be able to independently be able to fish on our own when we want to, when we need to, for our own survival, but also to share with our community. It's also important for us to have the transportation necessary in order to fulfill the needs of these goals. And that's why Reconciliation Road in Yellowknife has been developed. We will be meeting here weekly at the Yellowknife Community Church. Yellowknife United Church is our closest ally when it comes to making connections to the community. So Reconciliation Road will be taking place on Fridays at 2 p.m. Sometimes the class goes in the park and we can sit at Samba Cay and talk further about how we can improve our readiness and our goal achieving skills when it comes to discussing exactly what it is that's going to be necessary for us to reach our goals. So I would like to first quote someone probably familiar with a lot of people, that know a lot about history. So I'm quoting Napoleon Hill, and he once said, "Most great people have attained their greatest success just one step beyond their greatest failure." And this really resonated with me because I tend to believe that we can all help each other get to a place where we have a common place. And I like how Napoleon focuses on how he says that the people attained their greatest success. Going beyond the 96 calls of action is not going to be easy, but I think that we can make it. Because there have been so many failures over the years. We can look at those and we can make it better. We can make better choices in the future. And I thank you so much for everyone who's joined my class thus far. I believe that this is, I don't know, episode 5, episode 6 of Reconciliation Road in Yellowknife. And we are getting ready to introduce the origins of this calls to action and all the names that are involved. So thank you again to everybody for supporting me on this. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. Masi ciao!